Alright guys, everything is starting to look good. I'd say this is probably going to be posted maybe the day or the night before the derby, because as you can tell, a lot of stuff is starting to get done, and there is a prize for paint job, so we're going to like to try to win it. So we're going to try to keep everything else under wraps for now, but this is where we're to. This is how everything is looking. My front is pretty well done. I got to get one plate welded up over there. Cody's has already got his done. I think you guys can tell because she's up big time now. She's got a lot of clearance. Anyways, the inside of my car, or under the hood, is pretty much done. I got rid of that bottle after, pretty much what I did. Overflow tube is just being shot straight to the ground. So when she does that overheating, it's just gonna shoot straight to the ground. I got my other one on here. I put a big bolt around through it with a gear clamp. I still have to tighten that up, and that'll be finished. Yeah, plate. I got some exhaust piece. Like I said, I'm not putting no pro head or anything on this. I'm just putting a stack up through the roof, try to get rid of some of that heat. And today, well, as you can tell, I'm getting the exhaust out now finally, which is pretty much out. Gas tank is coming out next, and I got air ride suspension in this car, and I got springs to go into it, so I'm going to see if I can make that work. I've never messed around with air ride suspension in any vehicle in any of my life, so this is completely new to me. So let's see how this goes, but we're going to get the rest of this exhaust off, which is pretty much done. I'm going to cut off a little hair piece. Can you imagine? I got to get a new disc just to get that off. Okay, get the rest of this off now. Not yet. That's not tighten up enough. Oh, I got the thing put on backwards. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to be making raw video now of the rest of this car build. Not much editing. Just straight video until we get these cars done. We got a lot of work to do, so I figured why not, for a nice finale of the team show car build, we just put up some good raw content. I can get this light off. Oh, no. Oh no, my son. Okay. Now let's get the rest of the exhaust off. Man. There you go. Okay. This was a pretty solid exhaust, I must admit. Okay, that is done. Okay, full exhaust is out from under. She no longer has an exhaust. It is all gone. Okay, so next thing is to get this gas tank out, which I don't believe is going to be too hard. Filler neck, 2 gas tank straps, little bits of wire, and she's just slide right out. So let's get this cleaned up. Let's get the gas tank. Alrighty guys, Getting down to the end of the day again, but we got this door welded in place now. This window has finally been knocked out, so I gotta get out all this trim, weld in a couple tabs, and then that door handle, and then that will be done. That patch needs to be painted over. I gotta get some threaded rod into the C. Oh my goodness, C pillars. As you can tell, I did manage to get her moved over a bit. She is running deadly. What time is it? It is only 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, I don't know, major brain fart. Okay, my SS rims are on the way. They're going to be here, I'm hoping, by Thursday. And my Ranger rims are done. My buddy has possession of those, so those are done. I have tires. I just need to get myself a set of tubes, and I got myself some rear tires. Well, they're not here yet, but I got some LT 235 70 R15s, and they are going to be for the rear. Now, we never took the gas tank out after. There's two things I'm saving this corner for the last. I was going to get at my springs today, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So, the plan is I'm going to get my hood done, get the rest of the little knick-knack stuff done up because she's pretty much there now. And I'm going to get her brought out front to some level ground so I can get the rear end brought up right nice. Excuse me. Been a long day. Get the rear end jacked up as much as I can so I can get that gas tank out from up and under it. And I watched a YouTube video on how to do it, but apparently the airbags in these cars, you have to get the whole rear end up, pretty much suspend the rear axle, and you have to get it to go up at the same time after you released all the air in the bags. Once the air in the bags are gone, you bring the rear end up as one, and apparently you can just shove these things right out of the way. I don't see it being that easy, but apparently it is that easy. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, she's almost done. I started making up a header for it. I didn't like it. I got a little bit upset. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Canadian Tire, buy a 90 bend to come out there, and just have one straight piece to come up the roof for a stack. In one of my last videos, I think you heard her going for a second. She was kind of sputtery. She wasn't running the best. This one, actually, I'm lucky. This one does not need the airbox and everything, and all the sensors that's there. I have to clean this up a little bit more. Don't worry about that. But that, she don't need it. She don't need any of that at all. She runs perfectly without it, and she runs better actually without it. And that was causing that little hesitation when I used to hit the throttle. So that has been taken care of. She is running good now. So my biggest things pretty much get the hole cut in the hood. That exhaust is not going to take very long to make up. Springs for the rear end, and get this door welded shut. Get my screen mounted down properly. And a shifter. I still haven't figured out a shifter yet. I still might go with my shifter. I was having a look up and under. It don't seem to be too hard, and I think I can make everything work. So I think we're going to be back on playing with that. Oh my goodness, I gotta get now with that shifter. I think we're gonna go ahead with that. But yeah, she's almost done, boys. I'm going to be getting this car to the front within the next couple of days, as I got to start getting around some level ground so I can get her up off the ground. I need some power steering fluid and some brake fluid. And I think she should be able to come back out. I believe she should be able to come back out to play. She's almost done, guys. She's almost done. This is going to be the end of this video for today, but like I was saying, this is going to be the end of series, so I'm going to make this episode a little bit longer, but it's definitely going to be well worth it. I got my switch and everything hooked up for my fuel cell. I just need my lines, so that's working good. Yeah, everything's working good, guys. Anyways, we'll see you in the morning. Good day, guys. Welcome back. This is day number 2, and we're kind of into the afternoon because I forgot to film. But we're getting a lot of work done here today. I'm working on some brake pads for the fun of this because I just hauled off the caliper, which was leaking. I think y'all can understand why. I have no idea what happened here, but this is how it was when I took it apart. There was no brake pads, and I'm not saying no brake pad material. I'm saying there's no brake pads. There's nothing, absolutely nothing there. This is what I had. That's it. That's it. So I'm trying to find some brake pads. If I don't find any brake pads, I'm just going to end up, I don't know, clamping this one off, because I've just about had it with this spot here now today. So we got our iron welded down just a little bit. I don't care if it busts. It's not a big deal. Yeah, other than that, waiting on some brake pads. Paint job is almost done. Got to finish up this fender where we're getting all the names and everything on it. This is going to be saved for last. Oh, sorry Gavin, but it was entirely my idea, but I gotta admit it is a good idea. Anyways, yeah, everything is starting to shape up now. There's not a whole lot left that needs to be done with this. Gas tank is still there. Yeah, I'm figuring out another fuel cell today because I'm missing a piece on my fuel cell and I'm having a hard time getting it. But other than that, all the wires and everything is ran. This is just an extension cord, don't worry about that. So yep, this is pretty much my setup. Shifter, like I said, is not a guarantee, but I'm still going to try. That is going to be done in a little bit. Hopefully today, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we got our starter wire. You just touch those two together. She cranks over, obviously, and your fuel pump. And that's all I'm going to have for electronics and switches in this thing. After what happened to my Camry, I'm not really in the mood to deal with it. I will correct all that over the winter. I do have another door by our bot. That should be, well, I got to figure out a way to pick that up. I got to head out to Springdale to get that. This door is now getting welded in. My welds are still not the best, but I'm in a bit of a rush and I don't really care. So I'm just going to put a bead on around it, hold the door closed, probably put another one right here somewhere, wrap some chain, get this door folded down, and I'd say she's ready to go out front. All my rims and tires are en route or already out to Gillum's, so they will obviously be the very last thing I put on. I'll be putting those on, I'd say, the night before the Derby. Got to get that windscreen put down, and I got to get these beat back. And other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape. I got to get the rest of the ends off of the bumper, which that's not going to take too much. I don't believe that's not going to be overly hard. Yeah, she is about ready to go in front. My biggest thing now is just to get that air ride suspension out of the rear, and she has to be out front for that for sure. She's definitely going to have to go out front for that. But that is the biggest thing I have left to do with this car. This thing is just about done, and I like it. And like I said, the paint job is starting to get done. Names are starting to get on there. I got some ribs put on mine now, and spiders to go along with our team. It's gonna look great. Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be a good year, guys. Anyways, we'll get the rest of this door welded up top there, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, starting to get some work done on this thing. She's running pretty good. She's running better than what she was when she first did. She had a little bit of a sputter, and I'm thinking it was because of a bad air filter, because I had gotten rid of the air box and the sensors and everything that's joined to it. Flawless. She's running flawless here now. So, well, I'll post up that video too now in a second, right here. And yeah, other than that, I'll turn this around. Okay, we have the majority of the wiring moved. I don't think anything else I really need to move. That's all. Well, I just zip tied together, I suppose, and that's about it. But other than that, everything else seems to be working good. That's for my air ride suspension. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to have to get rid of that or not. So we will definitely see what happens there. But I kept it exposed just in case. As you can tell, the factory fuel lines are still there. I have to run my fuel lines, but that don't take very long. That ain't something I'm worried about. So other than that, I threw just a cone air filter on it for now. I'm going to see if that works or not. It's a very dusty pit, so I'm going to try to keep the most I can get. It's better than just keeping it exposed, right? Instead of just keeping your side body exposed in a big old dirty hole there, I figured I'd shove something over it. This one has been, shit welded down. I don't really care if it's like, bad or good or whatever. I'm not looking for it to hold up too long, because by next summer, like I said, I want us to yank this out, and I want us to get some other shit going on in here, so not 100% worried about that. Not going to get the rest of this glass out. That was taking me forever. Oh, now there's a nice hot day. It's coming out easy now. Screw me, right? Anyways, paint job is getting done. I haven't really shown what's going on up there yet, so I'm going to wait. All of our starter wire and everything is hooked up, like I was saying. Fuel pump wire. I'm still waiting on a fuel cell. I got to get my batteries charged up, but they're mounted down in place. I gotta get this fixed, but that is welded shut. That all doors are shut now. You're not getting any of the doors open. And like I was saying, the biggest thing now is pretty much that bloody air ride suspension. And I can't wait to get my rims and tires on this, because I'm sick and tired of the ones that's on it. But other than that, she's almost done. She is pretty much ready. Put my roof sign on, mount my thingamajigger. Oh, come on now. Windscreen, mount that a little better, get that all mounted into place, welded or whatever I'm going to do there. I'm still not 100% sure. We'll find out. This side is jammed up against the fence, as you can tell. She actually kind of fell off her jacks there yesterday when I was jacking it up, and she fell towards the fence. So we have to get the car moved, which I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning here now in a second, and start getting a lot of this pushed back, because my car is almost done. I got to get this bit cut off, that bit cut off. I got to take out 2 bolts and get that pounded back and welded into place. I'm still going to try to rig up a header. I do have some pipe. Where are the 2? Where's the 2? Right there. I'm just going to make a stack, just a one. So I'm going to pretty much need a 90 bend with probably a little bit of an extension, and it's going to sit right about there. She's going to sit right about there. Now I'm going to have to, try to bring it actually probably bring it up on a bit of an angle, actually. So it's not close to the frame. And just have the one coming up. The reason why I'm doing this and I'm not doing the other side is because, this side has lots of room. It's very, very exposed. You can do it there. And right behind that is my transmission lines that I have looped. So that's pretty much why I'm just doing it on that side. On this side, yeah, it could be done if I got rid of all the brake lines and power steering lines and master cylinder. Yeah, see what I'm saying? The master cylinder, it's too much crap in the way. So that one don't have really anything behind it, because it's just the gear selector, which is not going to be staying there anymore. So what I think I might do just for this piece, I might just get a small, probably 2 piece of pipe, something that's not going to, go past the frame and stuff, that'll, won't get caught up into the pit or down in the gravel, and just shoot it straight down. I think that one will be fine. Just shoot it straight down. And this one, I like my headers, I like the sound, and it does help in the pit. It does. So I'm going to just try to get the one to come up on the angle, and done. I think she should sound pretty good. I'm going to have to move some of those wires back a little bit. Maybe I might even put some kind of aluminum heat shield. Well, it doesn't have to be aluminum, but put some kind of heat shield there. But I think this is going to be a good car, man. I think so. I think this is going to be a good contender. There's a lot of small stuff other than just the rear airbags, which I do have springs. Hold on. I do have springs to go in them. I have springs. But the problem is, I've never messed around with air ride suspension before. But if I watched the video correctly, and if I understood Buddy correctly, apparently there's only a small shim, and I think I see it. I won't see it on camera, I don't know. There's, oh yeah, see it in there? See that like little shim? Oh, no, made it too dark. Can't see nothing now. But anyways, there's a shim in there, and it's the same thing on the other side. And I think if you just push that out, it's almost like a, oh my, like a push C-clamp, if you know what I mean. I don't know the technical term, but I think if you remove that, and if you could collapse the bags from all the air, I'm pretty sure you can literally just pull them right out without undoing any bolts or anything else. And I'm hoping and praying that that is correct. So, now, back to the brake pads up here. Don't worry, it's all ties in together. I'm getting brand new brake pads for this thing tomorrow from a buddy. About, I don't know, probably about an hour's away from here. He's actually one of the other drivers in this team show. He's got a set of brake pads there for me that he's going to bring in tomorrow. And I got to get those brake pads put on with this new caliper so I can get my brakes back working again, so I can get this thing brought out front, and then I'll be able to put on some level ground so I'll be able to lift up that rear end and be able to figure out if I can get these bags out or not. I don't think it should be a huge problem. I don't think so. Other than that, yeah, I think it should be all right. And these springs come out of an 88 Crown Victoria Square Vic. So I'm thinking in theory they should line up. If not, you might have to do a slight modification. Maybe not. I'm hoping to find out tomorrow, because that is the biggest thing left to do with this now. Everything else is small, petty stuff. But she's getting there, and I can't wait. This thing is going to be wicked. And at the moment, I don't even know what I'm at, because I'm kind of just bouncing back and forth between all the little small things that needs to be done. So I think I'm going to come back and address this bumper. Get this bumper finally done, get it all cut up, get the bolts out, get it beat back, and get it welded into place. So then that will be done. Yeah, okay, let's get to it. Well guys, we got a fair bit done here so far. I was just about to call it a day until I checked the time and realized it's only 6:30. So we are not done here quite yet today. The front is getting done. It's looking good. It's looking really good. I can't wait to show up with this. I don't know how the boss gonna feel about it, but you runs it, Gavin. You runs it. You know your target. But anyways, front end is starting to look great. We are on an incline here, so my measurements are inaccurate, but I'm roughly sitting about 20, I'd say. I've probably been about 20 inches off the bumper. Is about 20 inches off the ground. She's holding up well. She front end has been brought up a lot, as you can tell. So that, well, oh no, yeah, there you go. Plus that bumper is a little bit tilted back. Now she will be straightening herself. She will go down a little bit. As well, that's where I'm at here now. Got the bolts out. I never bothered to drill out the bloody things because I felt like I was going to be there forever, and I gave up. So we took the bolts out for the bumper shocks. I started to try to pound it back in, but it wasn't working, and I'm thinking because it was angled down where the bolts were let go. So now I got the ratchet straps put in there. I need to bring it back down a little bit, I think, for it to be able to slide in perfectly, but I think this should do all right. This should do all right. Yep, we're in pretty good shape, I think. So I'm going to start seeing. I don't want to pound it, see? too many kids and stuff like that, and people like enjoying their backyard. So I'm going to try a different method. I'm going to bring this down a little bit just so that that hole can line up, so she's as straight as I can get it. And I'm going to use a come along. I'm going to wrap a come along in a chain around it, and I'm going to see if I could try to do it that way. And if I can get it to do it that way, that would be perfect, and we'll get it welded up. So we'll see what happens. Okay, bumper's not happening. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I need food. But this thing, she's going to make it. She's almost done. All of my rims and tires are going to be in Gillums for when I get there, so they're going to be mounted and whatnot. So the night before the Derby, I'm going to just slap them on, and I guess these will be spares, which is alright because I don't have a whole lot of spares. So, and those front tires are pretty good. They're I'm bringing new by the looks of it. They're really nice tires. So yeah, we'll use those for spares just in case. But we're starting to see the legit better end of this car now. Rear bumper, if I still have time and if I got everything done, I'll cut it and weld it up. But other than that, I don't really care much for it because it's just either going to fall off, which I'm half expecting, or it's just going to pack in with everything else. Because I'm like, look, this is when I first started welding, and it's bubble gum right through crap, and literally it's only welded on by that much. So I don't really expect this to stay on. The same thing with the other side. When I first started to learn how to pull the trigger underwater, and that's all just welding on. Then it goes stay. Maybe the chain or something might keep it there since it's tight. This door's welded shut, that door's welded shut, but I want to get one more plate here. We just got the one up top, and I do have to get one on my fender. I got to do a bunch of work to the fuel cell, which that's perfectly fine. I don't mind. Starter wire and fuel pump switches are hooked up. All my lines are ran through. I just have to join the two batteries together, put them in series. Then that's done. My seat has been firmly bolted back in again. Our driver door bars on. I do have one for the passenger side, I think, if I can get to it in time. Let's see. Control arms have been welded down. The exhaust is fully removed. Transmission lines are looped. All the bumper shocks are ready to be beat back tomorrow, so that'll be welded in place, and then I'll get the ends cut off, so then the bumper is done. The front bumper is finished. The hood, I need my square cut out for the fire department, and my hood header, well, my stack, if I get the chance to put it on. And that's about it. All the bolts and everything are in. My roof sign needs to be put on. I can't think of much more. I think we're done. Oh, well, yeah. The rear suspension, we got to get the bags out, which I actually don't think it's going to be too hard. I think it's going to be all right. And the fuel and the factory gas tank, which that's all going to take like 5 minutes. Chop off the two, oh my goodness, gas tank straps. Cut your filler neck, your fuel lines, and a little bit of electrical that's there, and that should pop right out. Well, it will pop right out, so that won't take very long to do. Just trying to think of myself here now. Remove that mud flap. Get rid of that mud flap. It's just something I haven't gotten to, but we'll get rid of that. And we got to get our windscreen put down. I think I might just put a little bit of chicken wire on the side. And I think we're done. Not going to bother to weld up the rear end in this because I've been told it is a limited slip differential in this. So we'll see what happens. I don't plan on keeping this rear end if I keep this car for next year. That'll be stripped, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't have spare axles, unfortunately. So if I do break an axle, which is why I don't want to weld it, if I do break an axle at the Derby, I'm screwed. She should be completely dead then. She's done in the water. Well, not really. You probably still have the one side, but you're back square one. So there's just no point in doing that. other than that, she's done. She don't look like it because of the rims and tires, but she's just about done, guys. Hopefully I can get that door by on the other side. But this is enough for me today. I've been at this since 9:30 this morning, and it is 7:09 in the evening. So that's a pretty good day, considering the temperature was up to 31 and with the humidity was 37. So I'm probably going to feel this tonight. Yep, she's done, guys, for the most part. Anyways, this is the end of day 2. Cody's car is getting there. She's up off the ground. She's getting her paint job done now. She's starting to look like a derby car. We gotta get a rear bumper put on. He is going to swap out his tires, I do believe. And yeah, he's just been working on getting this transmission out, the one that's not working, obviously. But other than that, he's looking pretty good. And our buddy Garrett is actually looking a lot better than the both of us. I'd say he's pretty well done, which we will still see. Don't worry about that. We'll still see that yet. But anyways, guys, this is it for the end of this day. Everything is looking good. Gonna get some batteries charged up. Awesome, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. How's everybody doing today? Day number 3. We're starting to get a lot of work done. Starting to get to the, close to the end. Very warm again today. Temperature with the humidity is reaching 31 again today. So it's pretty warm, but work to do. We got to get this done. Anyways, so we'll get at it. Anyways, last night I finished off with this bumper, getting all the bolts and everything out, which we have done. And I thought it was just going to be as easy as, beating it back and welding in place. But it is not. There is indents on the inside that's kind of holding those pipes from going back any further. So, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to just cut it off completely and just weld it straight to the frame, which I think is probably what's going to happen. I'm running out of time, and I can't really be messing around with it too much longer. Still don't understand why it's not going back though. It's like 3 pieces of pipe. 1, 2, and you can't really see in there, but there's another piece of pipe in there too, so it should go back. I don't understand why it's not. My buddy Cody, he had suggested that after when he gets his car done and down, give him a route, see what happens. Then what happened yet, I don't know, who knows. But we're not going to go at that so far yet. Right now it's a little bit too hot, and I can't do exactly what I did yesterday. I get burnt out. But we are going to get everything chained up. I'm throwing some threaded rod into my C-pillars. I'm going to get the rest of that tightened down. We're going to get our fuel cell finished up. I still don't have my fuel lines yet, but I'm not too worried about that. That is very quick, simple, fast. Up under the hood is done, other than my stack. I have the exhaust piping here for it, all of it now. I just have to cut it up and make it work, more or less. Transmission lines and everything is done. All the wiring is moved. The bottle is gone. We have a starter wire now. So everything is looking pretty good for the front end. I do have chain that I am going to be wrapping around the bumper after I get it pounded back into place. And yeah, other than that, like I said, tires is going to be, like I said, Gillums. I have to crease down the top of this door. I'm going to put some self-tappers in all the doors. And then we're going to work on a windscreen and put our roofs on up. Roofs on, a little bit of paint. And she's ready to go out front to have the gas tank ripped out. And then we're going to get our suspension done. In the rear, we're going to get rid of those bags. I got springs here. And she's done. So we're going to make it. It's not even the weekend yet, and I still got, what's today? Today is Thursday. So yeah, I still got till next Friday. So yeah, everything's looking good. We're going to make it. She's running awesome. So I'm hoping by the end of this weekend, this thing is going to be out front. And we can get the rest of the work done, and then she's just waiting. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, I'm taking a minute in the shade here because it is grossly hot out here. Like it's pretty bad. But we're getting a lot of work done. My car is getting a lot of work done to it. I'm still struggling trying to get that bumper in. I'm really struggling trying to get that bumper in. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it out completely, like the bumper shocks and all. I'm going to cut it off and just see if I can slide it back in there, just weld it in place. Even if it's not fully collapsed, if I can get it in there enough, I think, you know, the first or second smack will probably bust the welds, but it should shove the rest of it back, whatever is left that I never was able to beat into place, I guess, per se. So, and then when that happens, providing that there's still something left of the car when I bring it home, I'll just weld it in place then, and should be good enough then for the second run. But she's coming along. I'll show you guys now in a second. Okay, so this is where we're at to now. Paint job is starting to come in really well. This passenger side, other than finishing the paint on this fender, I think I gotta crease that just a tiny bit. This side is done. I gotta throw some paint on some stuff. I'm gonna tack up a little bit of that welds because I don't like them. Just make it look a little bit better. And crease down that door. So yeah, very small stuff. And this side is done. The trunk area, the rear, that's done. Other than removing, well, the suspension and gas tank. Passenger side is done, other than paint. I have to cut my hole here in the hood, and that's it for the body. The body is done, other than the bumper, obviously. But yeah, so now what I'm doing, I got that self-tapped into place down there. I'm going to shove a piece of small threaded rod and a couple bolts and washers up through there to keep that in place. And right now I'm just welding this all down to make sure it's secure. She's chained up, the doors will not be coming open again. Yeah, so this is pretty much where we're to. The inside is starting to look a lot better. Like I said, I still gotta put my battery in series, but that's fine. That's not gonna take very long at all. Sorry guys, there's a plane. That ain't gonna take very long at all to do that. I got all the stuff out of the way there by the driver's floor, so I can get the rest of the floor cut out for my transmission. I think I'm still gonna be able to go with the shifter. I think I'm gonna have enough time. And other than that, that's the inside. The fuel cell still hasn't been worked on yet, but that's not even a day's work. I will have to get my batteries charged up. They're going to have to be put on charge for a day or two. Other than that, I still got to figure out this. And like I said, I got a nice big chain to go through. So I'm going to wrap on around the other side. And I'm going to try to put this plate here somewhere. Maybe I can stretch it long enough that maybe I can get it to wrap around, and I'll bolt it right there or something with a piece of threaded rod. Or maybe I might just bolt it to the bumper itself. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get that plate in there somewhere. But other than that, that's good. Power steering lines. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this back a bit, rejoin them, and then tuck them in here. I know I'm going to lose them, but I'm not too worried. But losing my power steering, that's kind of minor. And like I said, for next year, that won't be there. So, yeah. Everything is looking good, guys. Everything is looking great. Paint job is starting to come in, like I was saying. I gotta get my roof sign on. I just gotta figure out something to mount on the side, get it on the roof. The back here is pretty much done. I'm gonna put that threaded rod down a little bit more. Chain on that side, and I think I'm gonna put a piece of square stock there for the back to be able to keep that back speaker deck down. But other than that, she's don't have too much left, I must say, and she's running great. So I think we're in good shape. So I'm gonna get back to welding the rest of this in here and see if we can finish off with that. Get it painted. All right, guys. This is we're still on day number 3. Car's looking pretty good here now. I'm soon going to be giving it up to her today. I would imagine get tired again, It's been 31 degrees again, and I feel comfortable. I actually feel comfortable with where the car is at right now, so let's look at it. Okay, so as you could tell, we got a nice bit of painting done on these cars. Well, not so much us, thanks to Cody's girlfriend Kara, because I'm at this stage now I couldn't care less about painting. I love the paint job, I just don't want to paint. But anyways, still haven't gotten to this yet, but that's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that. We're just going to take the sledgehammer right there, and that's just pound that down, and we'll just finish it off right there. Same thing with the other side, just to make sure that everything is good. We got this door screwed down in place. That's done. This is done here now. I just got to get that painted up there. This, same thing. I need that painted up there, but I don't have this folded down here yet. That's going to be tomorrow's job. We got doors all chained together. Everything's all chained up. My windscreen is in place. That's all good to go now. That's done. Starting to cut my hole in the hood for my fire department and hood exit. I think I'm going to have to come out a little bit, probably make a big square there somewhere, because as you can tell, actually, hold on, the exhaust is not going to line up. So that's no big deal. I'm not worried about that. We'll bolt it up. We'll bolt that up. Still haven't figured out really what I'm going to do with my bumper here yet. Still don't really know. I'm going to try drilling it out some more and see if I can get through it. If I can't, I'm just taking the bloody grinder to it, chopping them off, weld the bumper straight to the frame, and completely hard nose it. I'd rather do that, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm at here yet, so that's kind of my problem. So that's where we're to with that. Other than that, like I said, I'm going to try to mount my shifter in here again now. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, other than the fact that, well, I got to figure out how I'm going to run my cable, because if I go through the window like most people do, it's not long enough. If it was up here like on a cage, like some people got it up to their shoulder level, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because, well, I got no cage. I don't have a seat bar or anything like that. Kind of wish I did, but I'm running out of time, and I don't really know where to look. Gander is not the best spot for metal. You can drop it off. Good luck finding it to actually like purchase it. So that's that. We'll get that line. I already had a look at it. I think it's going to be very simple, and the bracket that I was told that I was needed, there's actually one there that I think I can modify to make it work. So I'm 95% sure that we'll be using that shifter. I'm just going to pound down the bell housing a little bit for the transmission, just so that it's more flat, so that it's like, you know, it's not going to be wiggling back and forth or anything. Still haven't started my fuel cell yet. Not too worried about that. I can literally do that in a couple hours. Other than that, I need one stinking washer for this side, so I can get that threaded rod into place and bolted and painted up. Other than this side, paint. Paint is the only thing that's not done on this side, on the driver's side. Other than that, it's done on that side. So, like I said, she's starting to see the bitter end now. I'm going to get a piece of square stock, or actually I don't know. No, I got some bed railing here. I might cut that and make that into a piece of square stock. We'll see. But something is going there just to keep that separated and be able to keep my speaker deck down for as long as possible. That is definitely going to happen. Other than that, guys, we got to get the gas tank out. We got to get the airbags out of the rear. I need pads for my front caliper, so then I can put brake fluid back into it and get my brakes working. Other than that, guys, I think she's good. I think she's good to go. There's a lot of small knick-knack stuff now, and for the most part, I need to get it out front. That's what I need to get done. I need to get it out front so I can get her up in the air and finish the last couple things. But I'd say she's going to be out front before the end of the weekend. And she's definitely going to be done before Buddy shows up to pick her up. So, I'm actually at ease here now. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Yeah, this is going to be the end of the day for me. I'm going to relax now for the end of the day, now knowing that I'm not in panic anymore and that we're looking pretty good. And this is where the third day is going to finish off. And I'm very thankful that you guys are coming along with the rod. I hope the content is pretty good and the stuff is going to get better. Everything is starting to get better now. The cars are starting to look good. They're coming to an end. I wanted to get the three of them together to get, like, a group photo of the team cars, but I don't think that's going to happen before we leave. So that's going to happen down to the pit. They'll definitely be together down to the pit. That's guaranteed. So we'll just wait for them. Other than that, yeah, this is the end of this day. Everything is looking good. I actually have a good contender. And just keep in mind the tires are not staying. These four are my spares. I got two Chevy 15-inch SS rims that have been, wheel centers have been cut out, and a multi-pattern center has been put in for all big cars. And they've also been narrowed by 1 inch. I don't have them here yet, but I will be seeing them, I guess, soon, hopefully. And they're going to go on the front. I have some, I don't know if they're skid tires, but I don't know. They're pretty knobby tires and they're pretty tall. I can't remember what size they are now. For the rear, I have my I have my Ranger rims. They have not been narrowed, but they do have the multi-pattern center put in, and I'm gonna have some LT. What were they again? 235/70 R15s to go on the back. So she will have a nice tire and rim set up when I get out there. I'm just waiting to get out there. Once I can get out there, they'll be put on before the derby, and these will be left for spares. So yep, I think we're doing all right. I'm going to get some stickers for the back for the Derby Kingdom channel. I'm going to get some for Zach's workshop, and I'd like to be able to get one for RJ Vinyl Factory if I could. He is one of my sponsors, and he is the guy that made up our the Crypt Keeper stickers and my roof sign. So that's something I might shove on this evening before I end the day off, maybe. Figure this out. I'd like to be able to get that on. That'd be nice. Also, like to be able to stay in that spot for a second. There you go. RJ's Vinyl Factory, guys. He's here in Central somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. He do have a Facebook page, but I was not the ones to pick these up, these stickers, and I wasn't one of the ones that actually came up with the design. My buddy Garrett, who I guess is probably friends with him or became friends with him because of this. I'm not 100% sure, but that's where they came from, and I absolutely love them. I think it looks great, and I can't wait to get it on top of this car. Hold on. See if I can't make up a little rig here, just a concept of how it's going to look. See if I can get something sturdy enough. That's not going to hold it, but just for reference, I guess. So, what are we going to do here? I wonder what are we going to do here to mount this? What can we do here to mount this? I do have bread railing there, but I don't want to be, I don't know, drilling for days. Give me a little bit. I'm going to come back with something. I think I'm going to figure out something for this.